I want to talk about these videos.
Let's do it. I'm a Lamborghini. I'm a Hollywood star. I'm a little bit tipsy when I drive my car.
Today, we're talking about everything about being a working and professional dancer and choreographer with Kasmira Buchanan and Viktor Simon, both based in LA currently. What can we learn from today? How do you break into the professional dance world? When do you start training? When you're not dancing professionally, what do you do to stay creative and keep your dancer soul full? And lastly, some very fond memories that we all have on stage and backstage. Here we go. And this is Kasmira and Viktor. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Hi. Yes, we're doing great.
We're doing wonderful, Cristian. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Viktor, if you want to start, how did you start dancing? And yeah, just tell me about you.
Well, I started when I was 7, back in Hungary. And the dance system and the education is way different than out here. It's less professional. It's not a studio system. People are usually just very committed to one teacher and that's it. There's like no workshops that you can go and take classes from. But I was working with that teacher for 13 years. And on the side, I traveled up to the capital, which is like 4 hours away by car, to take classes from actually actively working professional dancers. And when I was a little older, like 17, 16, I went to Italy to take classes. And that's how I got involved. I started doing hip hop and a style called fitness, which is a mix of gymnastics and dance. That's why I'm able to tumble, and which is very useful in the industry. Any extra skill that you can do is always very useful. So yes. Yeah, when I was 18, I moved out here for 2 months, just taking as many classes as I can. And I was visiting like every 2 years to LA, but I was also working back in Budapest actively as a professional dancer in TV shows, movies, music videos, and a lot of corporate events, basically.
Fantastic. And I mean, you've had so many experiences in the dance world, many different dance worlds, globally. Kasmira, what's up?
Hi. That was a tough act to follow.
No. I'm so excited to hear. I've gotten to work with you. Just for everyone watching, giving a little bit of context. I met Kasmira as a dancer in a show that I did, but she also produces and directs as well, and is just pretty much a one-stop shop. But today I want to focus on your dancing, because we have not really just gotten into the one of many facets of Kasmira. What is your dance journey? How'd you start dancing, and what are you up to when it comes to your dancing world?
Yeah, so I've loved dance and choreography since I can remember. I have a younger sister, shout out to Tanisha. She's 4 years younger than me, and I would just make her be my backup dancer all day and night, every day. And the neighborhood kids, they weren't even my friends, they were her friends. I would just be like, drill sergeant, let's run this piece over and over again. And we have so many home videos of doing like Grease and like all these different, lots of musical theater. It was either like musical theater or Destiny's Child dances. Luckily, I found this amazing teacher. Her name's Denise Darnell, that like saw that in me and really empowered me in my like individuality. And from there, it just kind of snowballed. I still didn't quite trust the journey. So I went to film school and I did all the things like I was supposed to do, you know? And after college and after having a few jobs, I'm really grateful I went to school for film. It really helped me with my storytelling now with choreography and when I'm directing. But when I got out of college and I was working a lot of editing jobs at the computer, and I was just constantly like, I am not made to sit in a chair. So I really started dancing more. And my first like professional job, dance job, 2014, I was a dancer for Six Flags Magic Mountain, and it was unbelievably fun. I mean, sometimes there'd be one person in the outdoor audience on a 115-degree day, and I was like having the time of my life, just the opportunity to be able to perform. And that was a really cool experience too, because it was like you're performing the same 5 dances over and over again. And so it got me out of my head of the choreography and really able to perform. And how do I stay motivated when I've done this dance 50 times this summer? And what can I find when no one's even interested in watching? And that was like extremely powerful in my journey. And I'm glad I got it right away with my first dance job. And that same year at Six Flags, there was a magician working and he needed a dancer for some of his magic tricks. And that at the same time is when I got into magic. And then just from there, like the magical universe does, like all these different jobs started rolling in. I'm not someone that has an agent, like Viktor does the route of agent and stuff. I personally never had. So it's interesting to talk to us both on the 2 different wavelengths of how to work with someone that's like managing you, and then someone like me that's like word of mouth and finding my own gigs. And I think we both have 2 really different cool journeys with that. And we do, I mean, I love my performance career because it's always so diverse. You know, like one day it may be a music video, the next day it's the Magic Castle, the next day I'm up on stilts. You know, so I just feel really lucky and like I've been really like divinely guided with my journey. It was definitely, it's definitely not like planned out for sure. So
well, you know, I'm a huge fan of yours and your journey and just how available you are in the moment. And no matter what process, you're right, whether it's on stage or we're at the Federal or we're doing a musical or whatever crazy ass shit that I throw at you, and you just like are so calm and just get it done. So that's amazing. And I think that's really important. I'm really glad that you said that actually, because when I'm trying to teach my students and clients, no matter what realm they want to be in the performing arts, is that exactly that you just have to open yourself up to the moment. What I'm so impressed with always, and I'm blown away, is when you work with dancers, it's just a different game. Like it truly becomes, because a dancer's mind fires so much quicker than the singer or the instrumentalist. So when I'm watching it, we have 5 minutes to like really just run the number really quick, and then that's it. That's like tech, and then we just got to go do it. How calm you both are backstage, and then we're figuring out our outfits, and it's like, oh, we're on in like 4 minutes. That's cool. Like we got time. I'm like, we don't have time. What are you talking about? Like we got 4 minutes. It's like, no, that's plenty of time. We're fine. Just like calm down, Cristian. I really want my students and my clients to understand that there's a discipline that comes with that. That's years and years and jobs of experience for 2 people like you. When I'm with you, I'm just in awe, and I'm studying that training and different jobs and different gigs and different sets that you've been on, so that you can come in and just, even if you're not feeling comfortable, I can't tell the difference, honestly, with both of you. Even if, I think we mentioned what were we doing at the Federal? It was either Disturbia. Yeah, it was probably Disturbia. And I think like even 10 minutes before, we were still figuring out, like, you guys were like, what's this count? Like, what's this 8 count? I don't really know it. And you guys were so chill about it. Like, okay, yeah, I got it. Now I got it. We're fine. Everyone's fine. And I'm like, we go on in like 2 minutes, and you guys are like, you need to calm down and also learn how to put on eyeliner. So Viktor gave me, he's like, it's fine. That small ass dressing room. My hand was so shaky, and he's like, okay, it's fine. You just got to get this. We don't have time for this. We got to get on stage.
Yeah, Cristian, you're great to work with. I mean, even the times you've talked about having your, backstage at the Federal, I feel like I'd find you in one particular chair, very like stoic, like you just got the worst news ever or something. And I always really appreciated that about you too, because then a minute later we'd be out on stage, we'd be walking down that pathway doing like moves like Jagger or Black and Gold, and you just like brought it 110%. And that I just, or all the times when we're on stage and like we're supposed to be doing a lift together or something and you're not there, and I'm like, come here. We always seem to get it together, for sure. And you've definitely you've been so gracious with me too. Like on the other end, I'm not like a super strong actress, or even the time when I was editing some material for you and my computer crashed, you were just very like, okay, we're gonna figure this out, even though we have to redo the entire thing. I just appreciate that about you. You have such, like, your humanity always leads first. Your friendship is so strong. The times that I've been in a panic, like my boss just got fired, I have to direct this whole musical, I don't even know all these musicals, what do you think? Like, you'll take your time out to help a friend and be there. And I really appreciate that connection. Is super important for me, and it makes me enjoy working with you.
But when we do have those lifts and stuff, my favorite moments that we've had on stage, when I am forgetting, and you are still in full show mode, but you whisper through your teeth, giving me the choreography and also whispering, catch me, like I'm about to jump, you better catch me.
I'm about to jump. Here I come.
And that has built so much trust with you on stage, but off stage too, when we've gotten to produce and do film projects. And when you're my director, like, I just feel completely safe when I feel like sometimes I'm falling. So I love that. And Viktor, you too, like, I hope we get to work on more projects together and I get to be on set with you or on stage with you, because watching how confident you are, I want to embody like how Viktor treats like himself backstage. Like, if I can be that just calm, grounded, prepared, and also just ready to roll with the punches, and also just like nice to people. Like, we're with so many bodies in that space, and I love that. That's my favorite place to be. Even though you're right, Kazi, you find me in one chair and it looks like I've just died. That's fine. But Viktor, I want to commend you on just like backstage.
You know what is in my head usually when I want to be nervous, or I feel like I'm getting nervous, I don't want to use all that energy of just being nervous and my body just being in the state, because I could use that energy on stage later. So I'm just trying to calm myself as much as I can, and just think when I'm in the rehearsal space, I always imagine that I'm on stage. And when I'm on stage, I imagine that I'm back in the rehearsal space. So it's a safe space to be at.
I love that.